I mean, it was one of those things where just everything, any mistake we made ended up in the back of our net, and when you give up 33 and you give up 7, there's not much you can do. You hate to blame it on goaltending, and they've been really good for us. Obviously, I don't think they were terrible, but we need better goaltending than we got tonight. I think they'd be the first to tell you that. And just simple mistakes that can't be made, and then we keep shooting ourselves in the foot. I thought we looked sharp in the first period. I really did. I thought we looked really good in the second period. Scoring chances in the second period were 9-3 in favor of us, and we lost the period. First period we looked really good. We did some good things. There's a lot of really good things we could pull from the tape tonight, but every mistake we made ended up in our net, and it was just one of those nights.
You guys haven't really gotten blown out this year. I mean, your biggest loss was 5-2 against Miami. How do you kind of prevent this from happening?
Well, I mean, you need big saves, right? And I think if you looked at that, you look at every aspect of how that game went. I mean, to their first goal, we just literally fell. We just fell under no pressure and give them an odd man rush, and then we talk about our F3 and having a disciplined F3 all the time, religiously not diving down. We dived down in the last minute of the first period where we thought we played really well despite being down 1, and we give up a goal 10 seconds left, and then we give up a goal 30 seconds into the second, and it was pretty much game over. So it's managing games, and we stress the importance of the first 2 and last 2 minutes of every period. Clearly I need to stress it more because that's where we lost the game tonight, and then it just got away from us. It was just one of those things in the third period where they got some power plays and played downhill a little bit, but it was just one of those games.
Coach, the last time you led this many goals at Mullet Arena was against this Denver team in 2023. What does that kind of say about the Pioneers program?
Well, they're obviously, they won 10 national championships. They're ranked 3rd in the country. They're a special program, right? They're the gold standard, right, in every way, and that's what we're chasing. And they got 100 years of history and to our 10, and we had a great season against them last year, and tonight didn't go our way. You want to see a young team, parlay a huge win at North Dakota into more energy and better results. But we're going to be able to show our players some really good things of on tape tonight. But just the egregious mistakes, the simple, soft turnovers coming out of our zone when we're not really under that much pressure, killing a penalty and then taking a penalty at the very end of it. We did that twice, just untimely penalties. And look, at the end of the day, all that's squarely on me, and I gotta do a better job.
You think there's any saltiness from last year's series when you guys went into Denver and beat them and swept them, and now they're
No, I don't think so. It's 2 completely different teams, no, I don't. I mean, I don't think that's the case. Again, it's not like we were on our heels and they had the ice tilted on us the entire game. It wasn't that way. It wasn't that kind of game. It just, we've got to honestly just focus on polishing up process stuff for us, and it could easily go our way tomorrow. It's as simple as that. It wasn't a great result last Friday in a really tough environment, and our guys found a way to dig deep and find success on Saturday. That's what we have to do tomorrow.
I know you said, obviously, like you said, the first period you came out, matching them, they get that late goal, but how do you, combat maybe the frustration as the period goes on and they keep coming back to the bench? You said matching up with them, but like you said, the puck's just going in the net.
We had scoring chances tonight, 24-20 us overall, and they had, 5 power plays to 2 and a penalty shot, and it was just one of those games where we didn't get big saves, and they did. And those games happen, right? And when you're struggling a little bit at that position against a team that's dangerous, they're going to get their chances, and because they're so skilled and they're really good, results are going to happen like they happened tonight.
A team you're obviously familiar with, you guys played 5 times last year. Are you surprised about anything tonight?
No. I mean, I don't think they've changed much, and neither have we. We just didn't execute the way we need to execute against these guys like we did last year. But they're the hottest team in the country right now, right? Tonight they showed why. They've won 6 straight now. you know, and that's, you know, they went into Western Michigan and swept them. You know, it's people are going to look at the score, and the score sucks, and the score is embarrassing, and I hope it pisses our guys off, and we come back a lot harder tomorrow.
You got a goal from Ben Shimmick. It's his third straight game with a point. What are you working on with him to coach up the rest of the guys to follow his example?
I mean, look, it's no secret that we need more depth scoring, right? It can't just be, you know, Bennett and Cruz scoring for us every night. We need more out of everybody. I mean, we missed a wide open net to cut it to 3-1 right after they went up 3. I mean, literally wide open net. And we need other guys to step up. It can't just be a two-man show scoring for us. We need more balanced scoring, and you know, guys have to dig deep and figure it out. And even our D tonight, I mean, we had some really good looks from the back end. Really good looks in the back end, and it's just not it's not clicking for them. You know, we got a really young D core that we're putting in a ton of work with. You know, every day we're putting in so much work with these kids to get their confidence up and their puck touches up, and putting in extra work before we go on for everything that we do. And you know, hopefully it starts to translate.
How do you instill more confidence in your group ahead of tomorrow night as well?
You just got to watch it. You got to watch. We're going to show them some of the things we did really well tonight, and then obviously some of the mistakes that we made that you can't make against teams like Denver. You know, but I think if either one of our guys in net have you know their best performance tonight, it's a completely different, you know, feeling in here. And we believe in them. They both have been great. We're gonna have those nights, and the guys just have to bounce back. Simple as that.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
Thanks, Coach.